All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we'll start out by giving all praise and glory to Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA QADASH. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to all the Akim pushers worth in truth and sincerity. All right, this is going to be a lesson done in spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, Lord willing to edify the flock of the Lord. All right, this lesson is going to be centered around this chapter here in Isaiah 34, man, just going into, the Edomites, and the curse, the judgment that the Lord Yahawah has against these people. Okay, because the Edomites, which are the so-called white people, man, they were created, not only to oppress us and to be used as a Lord's sword, okay, but they basically stand up or represent everything that is against the Heavenly Father, man. They decree laws, they make it legal here to do things that anger the Most High, man. That piss off the Lord, okay? Because, they're contrary to what Jacob is. Jacob represents the righteous, and Esau, being his brother, represent the wicked, okay? That's why when Rebecca was pregnant, okay, with the two boys, she inquired of the Lord why she felt, basically war within her womb, okay? And the Most High basically broke it down to her that two manner of people are in that womb, two different types of people, which we now know, as the Edomites, which are these so-called white people, and the Israelites, which are these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? And that's why he oppresses us the way he does, okay? That's why he put the Negroes in slavery the way he did. That's why he pillaged and killed and raped and murdered the so-called Latinos when he came over here as the Spaniards, okay? And then, going more into it, he stole all this land, starting off with the North American Indians. This land we know as America, all right? That land was inhabited by the tribes of Israel, Issachar, Gad, Reuben, okay? And then he made Judah, Benjamin and Levi, that he brought those three tribes, which are known as the Jews. Okay, he put them in cargo slave ships, transported them from one part of the world into different parts of the world, and made basically bondmen and bondwomen of our people. Okay, just like it says in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 64th verse. Okay, so this man has shown deep hatred towards us, man. Okay. And ultimately, that's why the Lord is doing what he's going to do to him. Okay, so I'll get this verse in Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. All right, and this has been what Esau's been doing for hundreds of years now. From the time he first came to this new land. Okay, and did what he did, bring what did he bring? Death, disease, okay, deception, and ultimately he brought that white man's religion, that Cesare Borgia, okay, which indoctrinated our people into a doctrine of lies and of evil, okay. So it says, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did terror perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. To this day does this man have wrath against us. And that's why he puts us in the hood. That's why he makes it so that any other nation could come into the society and basically flourish, man, and succeed. Okay, but if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, man, well, you had Trump calling Mexicans rapists. Okay, they call us lazies, murderers. The worst of the worst, man. The good for nothings, niggas, spics, okay? And this all goes back to that old hatred, man, that perpetual hatred that was instilled in him, when Esau basically got supplanted for his birthright by Jacob, our forefather, man, okay? And, just like he said in those times, the days of mourning for my father are at an end. Now shall I slay my brother Jacob. So that intention, that feeling, man, has not changed. And that's what we're reading about it right here. Because it says, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tell perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Okay, and to this day is this devil oppressing us. Okay, we don't know nothing but oppression in this society, from the jobs he makes us work, the hoods he makes us live in. Okay, and we understand, it all goes back to the curses. But Esau, like it says in Zechariah, they have helped, the heathen have helped forward the affliction. Okay, so you went overboard. You did more than you had to do. The buck breaks, the when these Spaniards used to go to the natives' lands, they would test their strength by trying to by seeing who could split the babies in half. They would bereave the women of their children. They would open the stomach open while the baby was still in there. Okay, and watch as the baby basically fell out of the woman's stomach, man. Okay, that's what these devils did to us. Okay, acts of cruelty, man, that has never been done to any other nation. All right, it talks about the Lamentations. What has been done to Jerusalem, has not been done to any other nation. Okay, so it says, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. All right, so we're in the process of this happening. We're in the process of the Lord, bringing great judgment and great vengeance to his enemies. Which the top of the cream is you Edomites, man. You are the Lord's cursed people. Because all the other nations, man, when they serve their 1,000 years of slavery, they're gonna get their fair share. Okay, of course they're gonna be under the rulers of the planet Earth, which are gonna be the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But they're gonna get their fair share, like I said. But Esau, his end is to be burned up in a humongous bonfire, man. Okay, that's because the Lord has not promised him any mercy. Okay, because he gave no mercy. He dealt treacheries with those that didn't dealt treacheries with him. Actually, let's get that real quick. This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. Because when you look at the history, when they first came here, the natives were helping them. The natives were, well, the apostles always bring out the story about how the first settlers out there in the 13 colonies, Gad had to teach them how to grow the crops in that new land. Okay, and basically because of Gad, they survived. Okay, and it was all set up in the spirit for that to happen. But you see, everything happens for prophecy's sake. Okay, everything, has to align with what the prophecy says, because the Most High is not a man that he shall lie. All right, so it says, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And, we're coming into this time. Okay, because right now he's, like it says in Micah 2:1, they covet fields. They devise iniquity upon their beds. And we're seeing the greatest scheme, the greatest craft, being implemented right now on the planet Earth as we speak, which is that charagma. Okay, but before all that happens, we just have to see more and more of these prophecies unfold. Okay, but we're really in the midst of that charagma being made a mandatory thing. Okay, and that's probably the greatest spoil that Esau wants to do right now. Basically take possession of the Most High's property, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so it says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So we're going to have our hand around the neck of these Edomites. We're going to put chains upon them, man. Here is the patience of the saints. This is what we've been waiting for. The downfall of you Edomites. Happy is the man that sees the downfall of his enemies. And we're in the midst of basically seeing these Edomites getting taken out of power. All right, so it says, O YAHAWAH, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. See, because we understand that Esau, being the devil that he is, he's going to come down having great wrath. Daniel talks about how they should wear out the saints of the living power. All right, so on all levels are we being oppressed, but it says right here, our salvation also in the time of trouble. So we're going to trust in YAHAWASHI through everything and anything. You see? So it says, in the noise of the tumult, the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself, the nations were scattered. and your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them. The Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. All right, so the Lord's going to make a spoil out of these nations, okay? Primarily starting off with Esau, Edom, so-called the self-proclaimed white man. All right, so this takes me back to Isaiah. So let's start with Isaiah 34. So it says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. And that's what we're telling you, because we're not only giving judgment to our people, but we're telling every other nation what their judgment is going to be. The Chinese, Ammon. Well, Salakia, the Chinese, Moab. The Japanese are Ammon, okay? Ishmael, the Arabs. Elam, the Persians, or the Iranians. Okay, we're all telling you that, you play a vital part in basically the coming of our Lord's kingdom, okay? Because your crowns are going to be taken from you, and you yourselves are going to be made slaves, okay? Slaves of the nation of Israel, So it says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth out of it. For the indignation of YAHAWAH BAHA YAHAWASHI is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them up to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. So there's going to be a lot of death all around the world, okay? Because YAHAWASHI, with Michael and the angels, by command of his father Yahweh, is coming to invade the planet Earth and to bring great judgment to it. A lot of death, okay? The Lord said that he bring a fire. What shall it be if it be kindled? He said that vengeance is his. So the Lord's gonna get busy, man. Okay, Isaiah 63 goes into that. Who is he that cometh from Basra with dyed garments? Okay, and that those dyed garments represents the Lord killing a lot of people. Okay, so it says they're slain also. Well, I read that verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. And that's ultimately the Lord's ultimate judgment, which, is going to come after, the Charagma is made mandatory in the planet Earth. World War III is happening when this is happening. Okay, and then we're going to have that war in the heavens, man. And the Lord's going to have it so that all these nations ultimately are going to shoot these missiles, man, these ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles from one part of the world into this part of the world. Okay, and they're going to do away with America, Babylon the Great. Okay, you Edomites, so-called white people. So it says, and if the breakdown for this, verse 4 is basically when you look at how these missiles explode. Just YouTube, thermonuclear missiles explosions, and if you look at how the ancient rolls were scrolled, it really does look like if it's a scroll unrolling itself. Okay, so because it implodes, it basically it throws a lot of energy, and then it sucks itself in, and it's just a very destroying power. Okay, the scriptures describe it as the besom of destruction. Okay, so it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come upon Idumea. And where is Idumea right now? Here in Babylon the Great. This is their epicenter. Okay, this is that great city that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, because America, what does they do? They conduct business with the whole world. America has to green light for you to do anything. All right, their currency is the de facto currency of the world. Okay, the reserve currency, should I say? Okay, so on all levels is America, Babylon the Great. It can't be the Vatican, because the Vatican doesn't possess that type of influence throughout the world. Okay, it's a part of the system, but Babylon the Great, the whore, is here in America, Babylon the Great. So it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Okay, and that's how we know that this is the so-called white man, because he's being revealed, man. Okay, Just like it said it would happen here in 2 Thessalonians, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day, and what day is that talking about? The day we're talking about, where the Lord's going to invade this world, okay, and ultimately destroy America and redeem his elect, okay? That's the day that this is talking about, that cannot come less what's going to be spoken or read here is done. All right, so it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. What day? We just explained it, the Armageddon, the day of vengeance, man, and the day of his elect, the day where YAHAWASHI, through the strangeness of his salvations, deliver his men from this hellhole, okay? So it says, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that was when us, we fell away from knowing who we were. When we were calling ourselves by these bywords, by these death names, Mexican, Black, Latino, Native American, Seminole, Jamaican, West Indian, Haitian. Okay, all these names, they represent death, because that's really who we are. We really are in those people. Those are government names that the elites have put upon, in the hopes of casting a covering cast upon the whole world, man. Because that's why all the nations changed their names from their biblical names, to try to outmaneuver themselves from the judgment that YAHAWASHI has upon them. All right, so it says, who opposes, Salakia, in that man, except there come a falling away first, which already happened, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's happening right now as we speak. Because look at what he's doing to the planet Earth. Look at what he does with himself. Look what he gives the people license to do. Every act that this devil has allowed these people to do goes strictly against what the Lord YAHAWASHI said, basically said that people should be doing. This society allows you to dress however the hell you want to dress. If a man wants to dress like a woman, well, you are right. You could do it. If a man wants to change his birth sex, he could do that. Okay, so that's what that means, man, that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the 6th verse says that the spirit which is in him is not upright. Okay, so this man does not have an upright spirit, and it had to be revealed through his actions, man, through what he pushes out there, that this is the man of sin, that this is the devil that the Bible speaks about. Okay, so and check it out, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. Didn't he set up his image, which goes contrary to the precepts that are in here, man, about how the Lord looked. Okay, because you Christians do not believe that there's a physical description of how YAHAWASHI looks, but there is. Revelation 1, Daniel 7, okay, it gives you the appearance of the Father, and in Revelation it gives you the appearance of the Son. Okay, and if you do, like the scriptures say, you start extrapolating, hey, he told Thomas, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. So you read Revelation 1, it tells you clearly that the man has skin as it burned in the furnace, as copper burning on the furnace. And it's very simple, man. When you put copper or bronze in the furnace, what happens to it? It turns darker, man. So bronze, what color is? It's a brown color. But if it was burned on the furnace, it'll turn what you people would consider black, which really it's just a really, really dark brown. Okay, because there's no such thing as black people or white people. Okay, so it says, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is God. Okay, and that's what he does, right? That's why he passes these laws that go against what nature tells you is acceptable. Okay, because he believes that he's that powerful, man. The pride of his heart have deceived him. Okay, he that dwelleth in the cleft of the rocks. So it says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. And we're in those times where he's being revealed. The scopels on him. Okay, the internet has revealed them. The prophets. All the information that's out there is out there because, his own people at the end of the day, have pushed a lot of the major information that we now use. There's books written about who is Esau, who is Edom, okay, the 13th tribe, okay. So we're just in those times where everybody's against this devil, man. That's what the scriptures say. If Satan cast out Satan, how shall his kingdom stand? All right, because we have infighting among these devils. Okay, so it says, and now ye know that what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that's what this man has done. He has lied He has lied to the world to a state where no one doubts the devil no more. Everybody believes his bullshit. If the white man says it, it's acceptable. Okay. But those days are coming to an end, because now you have the prophets that are basically revealing you for the devil that you are through the power of YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI. Hey, nothing that should be hid, nothing that is hid should not be uncovered, man. Should be revealed. So everything's being revealed in these days, okay? Because the Lord's word and the Lord's spirit has said such. All right. So it says, let me see. We finished this. All right. So it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea and upon a people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So we're in that time, man, where the Lord's going to bring a heavy judgment upon this world. Okay? Primarily you Idumeans, you Edomites. Okay? So it says, verse 8, for it is the day of YAHAWAH by Hashem Yahawashi's vengeance, in the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. So you see how it's twofold? Hey, the Lord's bringing great judgment, but to balance it all out, he's bringing the greatest salvation that has been witnessed in the planet Earth, just like he's bringing the greatest destruction that has been witnessed in the planet Earth. Jeremiah 30, a day that shall not be or shall ever be again, even the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. Yeah, so that's it for that. So let's get I read that. So let's jump to Ezekiel 25, and let's get 21. Right here. This is Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and has greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man from beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the dawn shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and shall do in Edom according to my anger, and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power, man. And how did Esau revenge himself against us? He always was scheming and scheming. He was always trying to one-up us, man. Okay, and he did that during the time of Esdras right here in First Esdras 4 and 44. Okay, because we always talk about how it was always the Edomites that burned the temples, man. He burned the first, the second, okay? But he's not going to be able to burn the third, man. Okay? Because this third temple is a spiritual temple, man. Okay? A temple not made by hands, Every brother right here represents a stone, that's being perfectly fitted into that temple, man. Into that house, okay? So it says First Esdras 4 and 44. And I'll start at verse 43. Then said he unto the king, remember thy vow which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem in the day when thou camest to thy kingdom, to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. This is the point right here. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. See, so it was you Edomites, man. You Edomites are the ones that did that whole burning. And we could read about it here in Psalms 37 and 7. It says, remember, O Yahawah, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. You see, so they always play a vital part in accusing us, man. The scriptures describe him as the accuser of our brethren, because he was basically grounding us up when the Chaldees went up in there, man. He did that again, but he did it in power when Titus, during the siege of 70 AD, man. Okay, that's what they did. Those were Edomites. The Romans were Edomites. Okay, so it says, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones. So we're about to take great vengeance upon these Edomites, man, for everything that they have done to us. For every evil thing that they has thought about doing to us, to our children. For all the chemicals they spray on us. All the jump shots they try to give us, they try to give to us. Okay, we're still feeling the oppression of slavery, man. Okay, being 300, 400, 500 years behind everybody else. You see, that's what we went through. So it says, Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahawah power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate. And Mount Seir, it was the ancient place where the Edomites dwelled. Okay, which right now you could say that America is the modern day Mount Seir. All right, and that's where we go to the corners, to the highways and byways, every week in, week out, to what? Prophesy against these devils, man, because it's commanded of us to do it. All right, to prophesy against it. Tell them that they're going to be destroyed, that they're going to go into slavery. All right, so it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. And all you could do is do some research on slavery, do some research on the conquistadores. Do some research on the cavalries, what they did to Gad. The war tactics that they practiced and that they deployed upon our people. They were barbaric. They were not honorable. Okay. So it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. You see, in the time of their calamity, man. When we were going through it, when we were being oppressed, they transgressed the brotherly covenant, man. Okay? They ain't see us as their brothers. They saw us as their enemies. Okay? That's what when Moses went up in their land, what did they do? They came up against us with swords, man. They made war with us. All right? And I believe in the book of Kings, it talks about how there should be war between Israel and Amalek forever. And we know who Amalek is. This is the funny hat people. Okay? So the Lord has it so that, we're meant to hate each other, man. Okay? Just like they hate us, we hate them. Okay? And we hate them because the Lord hates them, man. The Lord said, David has said that I hate them that hate thee, Lord. And they hate our power, man. Okay? They hate everything about us as well. Okay? But, we hate you too, nigga. Because he's the real nigga in the planet Earth. You fucking Edomites. So it says Ezekiel 35:5. Verse 6, Salakia. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And these devils love blood. They drink it. They fucking probably shower in that shit. Who knows? These devils are fucking despicable, man. They are the basis of the heathens, man. The lowest of the lowest. That's why the earth is in the condition that it is in right now. So it says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with the slain men in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make the perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return. You shall know that I am the Lord Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI. All right. So this takes me to Revelation 13:9. So it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So this is something that we've been waiting. We're still waiting on. Okay. But we understand that, the Lord, is bound by his word. Okay. Hey, and the scriptures say that I shall bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Okay. So we did shit, man. We're not all fucking, white and pure, even though we are. Okay. But the scriptures do say our filthiness our righteousness is filthy rags. Okay. So, that's just for us to remain humble and spiritual. Okay. But we are going to get these fucking devils, man. We are going to get them. Okay. Just like it says here in Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord power, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And that was us, because these curses, ultimately, they were created for the heathens. The blessings were for us, and the curses for them. The only reason we're going through what we're going through is because we went off. We went after the other gods. We killed, we murdered, we just did despicable acts that pissed the Lord off, man. And he had to put us through what he had to put us through, so that, like our apostles elder YAHAWAH, he said that you really had to know wickedness to appreciate righteousness. Okay, so that's what we went through, what we had to go through. It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Okay, so that's what the Lord's gonna do to you Edomites, man. Okay, that's what the Lord's gonna, and he's getting ready to do it. That's why your society is crumbling. That's why your birth rate is at an all-time low. Okay, all aspects of a people being cursed are falling upon you, man. Okay, so it says, for I have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her. Rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men. Thy terribleness has deceived thee. And we're already seeing all this happen. All these nations are pissed at America. And ultimately they're going to shoot their missiles at this place. Or set in the pride of thine heart, all thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill, thou that shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, in the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord Yahawah. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in. All right, so the Lord's ultimately gonna, destroy America like there's no tomorrow. Okay, and we'll close out right here in verse 22. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs, man. Okay, that's what's coming to the world. A state of perplexity, a state of confusion, a state of fear, man. Okay, of death, destruction, woe, lamentation. Okay, and it's only going to increase as we get closer and closer to the end. All right, but with that, I pray the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA QADASH, double honors to apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you all can push his worth in truth and sincerity. I want to say shalom.